Hello, I'm Sophia Jessica, and welcome to the Fan Carpet.
Hey, Sydney.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, doing very well, thanks. How's everything going?
Oh, just quarantining.
Yeah,
So as good
a-
as you can expect.
absolutely. How is, you're in Texas at the moment, aren't you?
No, I'm in California.
Oh, okay, so it's kind
Yeah.
of everything's on lockdown at the moment, and
Yeah.
you've got fires raging as well. Uh, uh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Feels quite apocalyptic out
yeah,
here,
yeah,
unfortunately.
yeah, absolutely. Um, well, it's a pleasure to have you here today. Thank you for joining me today, Sydney.
Yeah, thank you for
It's
having me.
wonderful to speak to you. So, if we go back to the beginning, you started out as a figure skater. Was there a defining moment for you to get into the film industry?
Um, I had to stop figure skating for just like family reasons. And I was like, what am I gonna do? I like skated at like 4 a.m. every day. I went to school late. After school, I just like did off ice stuff. So I was like, my whole world was figure skating. And then I was like, oh, I really love the performing part of it. And I had a friend that was taking acting classes, so I kind of like tagged along with her, and I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. And so then it was just like, I have to do this.
Oh,
And
awesome!
my
Was that
parents
was
were
that
like,
back
oh,
home in
good.
was that back home in Texas?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. So, what was it about Max Winslow and the House of Secrets that enticed you to get involved?
I really liked the story of Max. I liked the character a lot, but I also liked just sort of dealing with all of these different aspects of people's personalities that might not necessarily be their best. Um, and I found when I was reading it, I could relate to each of the characters in a certain way. And I was like, this could be a really great story to be able to tell and be a part of. So I was like, I really want to do it.
Great. Was there anything specifically about Max that grabbed you when you read the script?
Yeah, I liked how independent she was. She doesn't really hang out with people. She kind of just stays at home in her room and does her own thing. But she's not like a mean person. She doesn't let kind of her solitude influence everything about her. She's just still like open to being friends with people and is really nice to people and will help people if they need it. But she's still herself. And I really liked that. And I really connected to that.
Awesome. So, you mentioned before that you related to each of the characters. What was it about Max that you related to?
Being kind of just like at home and not really doing things. I've always been like a homebody, and I kind of don't realize how much I isolate myself until my friends are like, where are you? Like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, let's hang out. So I kind of like really understood just the like being at home in your room doing like, I just like read a lot. Like, I'm not a tech savvy person like she is. So she has that, but I have books. So it was
Right.
like, I felt that.
Okay. Well, books were the first internet. Uh,
True.
yeah. Do you have any memories from filming that will stick with you throughout your career?
Yeah, I feel like it was my first lead role. And I just really got to bond with all of the crew a lot. Everybody that was on the crew was so great. Um, and it was just kind of like the best first lead role, kind of like the most time I'd spent on set being surrounded by these incredibly creative people and working with the cast. And like I worked with Tanner a lot, who is just incredibly talented. And so it was a really nice like stepping stone of being like, okay, this is the first thing. And it was so positive and warm. And I'll never forget that.
Okay. Brilliant. Obviously you're kind of early on in your acting career, but are there any other aspects of the film industry you'd like to pursue?
Yeah, I really love writing, and I really love directing or like watching directors work. And so I think later I'd really like to be able to write and direct some projects.
Oh,
but
that'd be cool.
we'll see.
Yeah. Do you have anything in mind? Like, do you want to stick in genre, or are you like quite happy to see what grabs you?
I think, I really like to see what grabs me. I like never have ever wanted to stick to just one thing because I feel like that could get very boring, and it's a lot more about the character and just how things make me feel rather than any like box. But I'm like a huge like surrealism kind of person. I love foreign films a lot, and I can't really get my friends on board with them, but I would like to be able to do things that are a little more abstract.
Is there a version? Is there a version to it because of the subtitles?
I don't know, perhaps. Maybe. That would be really lame, but
Now you've done some genre work within horror. Are there any
yeah.
genres that you haven't done yet that you'd like to?
Yeah, I haven't done any like comedy, which I would really like to be able to do, which is really just like the opposite spectrum of the horror things that I've been doing. So that would be really interesting. That's not something I've ever been able to like find my footing in at all. So it seems like it would be the most challenging for me.
Cool. And horror and comedy seem to work hand in hand really well together.
Yeah.
There's so many classics out there where it's a mix of genres, which is great. You mentioned that you like reading. Is there a book that you're a fan of that hasn't been adapted to film or TV or Netflix yet that you'd like to be a part of?
Yeah. I'm a huge Donna Tartt fan, and she finally had like the Goldfinch made with Amazon, but she has these other incredible books like The Secret History that are just incredible, and such good stories, and I would like love to be a part of that.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so with the popularity of streaming services like Netflix, what do you think the future of cinema is?
The future of what?
Of cinema?
Oh, I don't know. It's so complicated. I feel like there's just this mass flow of content all the time with people kind of competing with each other between like Netflix and Hulu and everything. So, yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's just going to keep being this like volume explosion from different platforms. And I'm interested to see what happens with it.
Yeah, absolutely. And so going back to Max Winslow, what are you hoping that people take away from the film when they get a chance to see it?
You know, all of the characters kind of have to face these darker parts of themselves, which seems pretty off-putting, but in the end you kind of realize it's a really great and important thing to do. And I think that even if you don't relate to like the struggles that the characters are going through, there's definitely something that like you might be going through, and I think it's a good message that it's like you can pay attention to those things that maybe aren't great, and then you'll come out on the other end in a better place, which is incredibly rewarding. So I really like that, and I hope that people kind of get that out of it.
Great. And obviously, these are quite difficult times. What are you looking forward to getting back to, and when it's safe to do so? Do you have any projects on the horizon that you're looking
Everything's so still at a standstill. Like I feel like things are still like just now starting to pick up. Um, there's so many like regulations now that you have to follow with COVID. And so every production has to figure out their own plan, and it's a whole thing. I've just been happy that auditions are actually starting to like come back through at a more even flow as opposed to like maybe one a month. So I'm just really happy that like at least that is happening, and maybe now things will actually start filming soon.
Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah. And do you have any favorite films that you kind of look back on, like that you kind of revisit on a yearly or?
Yeah, I revisit Persona by Bergman a lot.
Okay.
That's always been like one of my favorite films, and I feel like every time I watch it I get something new out of it. The Three Colors trilogy by Kieślowski is also like another one of my favorite foreign films. Three Colors Red. It's just like every time I watch it, I'm just like, oh my God, this is cinema. This is everything that's beautiful about cinema. And every time I watch it, it just like reminds me why I'm an actor and like why I'm doing this and how important and wonderful storytelling is.
Awesome. Now you work with a great cast in Max Winslow.
Yeah.
Do you have like a wish list of people that you'd like to work with?
Oh. Yeah. I've always loved Tatiana Maslany. I think she's like wildly talented, and it would be so interesting just to like sit across from her and like see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. She's just been cast as She-Hulk.
Yeah.
That's
and it's so exciting. I think it's so great. Yeah, I love it. I've always loved watching Robert Pattinson because he's so different in every single thing that he does, especially like Good Times. And he's another person that I would just want to like sit back and be able to watch and be able to experience that.
Have you seen The Lost City of Z?
No.
He's incredible in the film, but he's so unrecognizable. He has this big bushy beard in the film, but he's great in it.
Yeah, he's great in everything. I'm gonna have to watch that.
Yeah, he's great in it. He's in there with Tom Holland and Charlie Hunnam.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great film. It's based on true events.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's a really cool film. It came out, I want to say about 3-4 years ago.
All right, cool. I'm gonna have to watch that.
It was great.
I think he's great.
Cool. Obviously, I mentioned this before, but you've been in like horror films.
Yeah.
Do you like those? I mean, what they like to work on? Because obviously they like. Do you find that the magic of them is kind of like taken away when you know how they put together, or they scare you just the same?
I think it's a little bit of both. I'm so fascinated seeing how it's put together, and like that for me is really exciting. And then when I like watch things, I try to just like remove myself and experience it and get scared and like let it happen. So it's a little bit of both. Like I love the magic of it. I love like being on set and being like, this isn't scary, and then watching it and being like, oh, right, they did that. Okay, yeah. So that's always really cool to see.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So, what are you hoping from Max Winslow, like moving forward, like with the release imminent? Do you hope that you can revisit the character at any point?
Oh, I don't know. I hadn't thought about it. I think we're all just so thrilled that it's finally like coming out. Especially in the UK. Yeah, I think it would be a really fun role to revisit. I don't know what we would do, but yeah, I'm just excited for people to see it. I'm just like so happy that it's something that's out there and people are watching, and people have been telling me that they're enjoying seeing it, which feels really good. Just nice to see things come to fruition and be able to experience that is really nice.
Absolutely. How long was the shoot, if you don't mind me asking?
It was, I forget. It was under 2 months. I think it was like a little over a month, actually. Okay. We filmed in Arkansas.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll leave it there. And yeah, congratulations on the film.
Thank you.
I look forward to seeing whatever you come out with next.
Thanks so much.
Thanks very much. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for watching The Fan Carpet. Please follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram for more content next time.
I'm here on the largest of the Balearic Islands, Mallorca, with the turquoise waters of the Mediterranean Sea, beautiful mountainous landscape, the thriving city of Palma, quaint little market towns, a growing number of luxury hotels. It's no surprise that the likes of Audrey Hepburn and Elizabeth Taylor like to holiday here. So come and join me as I take you around Mallorca.
Thank you for watching The Fan Carpet. If you like this video, be sure to click that thumbs up button at the bottom of your screen. And also be sure to subscribe to the Fan Carpet YouTube channels. They're absolutely free and so much fun too. Be sure to check out the official website, thefancarpet.com. Also, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to stay up to date with reviews, competitions, the latest news, and so much more.